Section 3s, you've heard a lot about them in the last few weeks and you've probably used the term yourself. But the truth is that you probably do not actually know what it means and you are probably using this wrong. You're probably using the word in the wrong context. In today's video, I am going to explain to you what Section 3 is, what we actually refer to as sellers when we talk about Section 3, because it actually brings a lot of confusion in the community, because pretty much everybody used the term Section 3, I got a Section 3, and I actually did yesterday say that I got a Section 3, and it's not actually the right way to say things, but today we are going to look at what Section 3 actually is, what it actually means to get a Section 3, and not to get a Section 3 because it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, by the way, if you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release daily videos about selling on Amazon right here on YouTube. So if you're new, subscribe, YouTube stuff, like, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. So Section 3, what it is. So pretty much when you start selling on Amazon, you agree to the business solution agreement, okay? To service business, whatever. However it's called, we don't care. But pretty much when you create an Amazon seller account, you agree to this thing, right? And Section 3, when we say Section 3, it refers to a section in that business service solution agreement, service whatever, okay? I did not put the word in the right order, but you get what I'm saying. So this is pretty much Section 3, okay? So if you want to read it, that Section 3, it's maybe a little bit too small for you guys. Here we go. But the thing that actually interests us, we're not going to look at everything. We're going to look at this specific part, all right? Right there. And this specific part pretty much outline, here we go. It pretty much outline for what reason, oops, here we go, from here. For what reason, so let me get back a little bit. So this part of the service business solution agreement, here we go. This part of the service business solution agreement pretty much outline what Amazon, for what reason Amazon may terminate your account. And we are going to read that together. So Amazon says, we may terminate your account or this agreement for convenience with 30 days advance notice. We may suspend or terminate your account on this agreement immediately if we determine that, and they are going to list from here all the reasons why they may suspend or terminate your account, right? And this is what they use to justify actually holding your money if you had the same Section 3 that I had, right? So if you have materially breached the agreement and failed to cure within 7 days of a cure notice, unless you breach expose us to liability towards a third party, in which case we are entitled to reduce or waive the aforementioned cure period at our reasonable discretion. All right, so if pretty much you break the rule, they're going to suspend or terminate your account. By the way, they never terminate the account. Usually they just suspend it and you can always get it back, even if sometimes it's really, really hard. Okay, B, your account has been or controls identify that it may be used for deceptive or fraudulent or illegal activity, which is the second reason, right? So if you do weird stuff, they're going to suspend you. So C, your use of the service has harmed or control identify that it might harm other sellers, customer, or Amazon legitimate interest. D, your account health rating falls below a published threshold. E, if we are required to do so by law, we'll promptly notify you of such a termination, blah, blah, blah. All right. So pretty much what Section 3 is a section in the Amazon Service Business Solution Agreement that says why Amazon may actually suspend or terminate your account. And this is why actually everybody, with everything that is happening, when people get suspended, they say, I got a Section 3. And we need to differentiate the different things that are happening right now. So people get suspended because they breach, because they have inauthentic complaints, IP complaints, all that stuff, which is pretty much under B. Your account has been or control found that it may be used for deceptive or fraudulent activity. No, not B. I think it's A. You have materially breached the agreement and failed to cure within 7 days, blah, blah, blah. This is pretty much what it is, right? So when you actually get performance notifications because you break a rule or like you have a complaint, it's totally different than what is actually happening right now to a lot of sellers, that to everybody, and that is actually going to happen to everybody. So what's happening right now is that Amazon takes two random accounts. Amazon takes two of your ASINs and are asking you to verify these asins, 2 or 3, some people 4 actually I've seen, right? You're going to need to verify those asins, and you're going to need to verify your identity, right? And they use section 3 to actually hold your money while you are doing this. So you cannot actually request disbursement, and you cannot send new shipments FBA. These are the 2 things that happens. It's not a real suspension, but they are holding your money, which, by the way, is 100% a scam, because if you're getting sales, you should be able to get money for the sales that you are getting, right? And to be honest, the way it should be, in my opinion, is that you should have like 2 weeks to do everything that they require, and if you don't do it, they just suspend you, all right? Or they just actually stop sending you your money. But it's really, really dumb to do it this way. These are the first type of section 3s but we should say the first type of use the section the section 3 that Amazon actually does. The second type is pretty much like whenever you have performance notifications, you receive a performance notification because you received complaints, right? Like inauthentic complaints, IP complaints, whatever, and you get suspended. These are the 2 types of types of use that Amazon do of the section 3, right? These are totally different, because I saw that on my video from yesterday, people were commenting saying that they got inauthentic, all that stuff, and got suspended. This is absolutely not the same thing. If you want to get reinstated, it's absolutely not the same thing. It's absolutely not the same thing that you're going to need to do. You're probably going to need to do a plan of action, right? With the section 3s that are happening right now, where you actually need to verify random asins, it's more for identity verification and to weed out bad apples. It's not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing at all, right? So one suspension is not going to be taken care of the same way as the other types of suspension. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So I think it's really, really important that you understand this, right? Because if not, you're not going to know how to actually reinstate your account, which is really, really dumb. You are going to waste a ton of time, because whenever you have a suspension, you need to understand why you got suspended, and then you can actually move on. And the mistake that a lot of people actually make is that they get suspended and then they start replying immediately without doing what they actually should do, right? And you waste a lot of time. And a lot of time, it's easier to get it right, to actually get reinstated on the first few appeals, right? If you do things wrong, the first few appeals are going to be a little bit harder. If you do things right, but they do not reply, it's fine, right? If they do not reinstate you, it's fine. But if you do things wrong on the first few appeals, it's going to be really, really hard to get reinstated. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully you learned one thing or 2. Hopefully you stop using section 3s and you understand the different types of section 3s, if we may say so. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.